So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about rapper Saucy Santana basically rejecting a girl for not having a Be-Be-Ell in addition to other vanity-based assets. So Saucy Santana is a rapper out of Bridgeport, Connecticut, which I did not know. I could have sworn he was from Florida. He recently turned 30 years old last month, and he actually started off as a makeup artist for the City Girls before embarking on his own music career in 2019. He has had other hits such as Material Girl, Booty, and everybody knows the song Walk, which was a diss to social media personality Rolling Ray. Rolling Ray is the reality TV star, and I honestly think he is my guilty pleasure. The things he says usually has me on the floor. Now, Saucy Santana is also known as the close friend to Young Miami of the City Girls. And y'all can tell me how you feel about their relationship, but it's kind of interesting to see their dynamic. It does come off genuine. However, both of these individuals say ignorant things that to me kind of contradicts their friendship. But you know how that goes. So recently, Saucy Santana was featured on the YouTube channel called Onetto. And I'm not really sure who Onetto is, but I have been seeing the content a lot because there's a series where famous people from rappers to other types of celebrities come on and rate random people. So essentially, you'll have the rapper and there'll be about 20 different girls lined up to be rated, have small talk, and I think the end result is either going on a date with them or just getting some clout off of this. Has anyone figured out what the end result is for any of these videos? Because if you ask me, it's just kind of for content, so I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I actually think it's pretty entertaining, the few that I've watched, but I do see where the red flags and eyebrow raises can come in with some of the things that I have seen. So on this episode, Saucy Santana, who identifies as a gay man, was met with girls and guys. And I don't know if this was a joke in regards to there being girls and guys in the mix, but one of the girls in the video did say that she heard that he goes both ways. Now, I've never heard of this. He seems to be very out and proud as a gay man, so I don't know if that's hearsay or just for the sake of the video. Needless to say, there were a few girls in the mix, and one of the girls that came was met with a rather harsh evaluation from Saucy Santana. He basically said that they're not even bringing out baddies when they're bringing out the women, and that one of the girls didn't have a BBL, didn't have her makeup done, didn't have mink lashes, didn't have a lace front, and I'm just like, how on earth are you going to be the one to judge something like that? Like, I get that preferences are preferences, but these preferences have gotten out of hand to the point where it's just downright offensive and honestly superficial. This is that social media stuff that I talk about where people are so enamored by the inauthenticity and the facade of looking like a perfect person that they don't even view individuals for who and what they are at first glance. Check out this clip.
All right, let's just get this up.
Hey, Susanna Boogie.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
I don't know why they keep bringing girls out here.
Let me find out you trying something.
I'm not trying nothing. He trying it, he trying it, he trying it, and he trying it. Hey, bring some real niggas from back there. And then y'all even got no bad hoe. She ain't had no BBL. Her makeup wasn't done. Like, what are we doing?
So like the hoes need a BBL?
Yeah, like they ain't got no BBLs, no mink lashes, no lace wigs, no nothing. She just came out and said, fuck it.
So I found this to be very cringe because there's a few angles here. The fact that this man is saying this and the fact that even if he wasn't, the way how we're so deep fried in artificiality, it's so annoying at this point. It's like people just can't normally exist without some type of ridicule, at least not on social media. But I wanted to talk about this because it was interesting and trendy. So I've broken this video down into one overall main talking point. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my one and overall main talking point is basically developing why I don't like this. Number one, again, the focus on things that are superficial. Why does somebody have to have a BBL, a lace front, and all of these things that honestly you can't take to your grave? I mean, maybe a BBL, just to attract someone. The way how society has warped the minds of a lot of people is so scary because people truly believe that if you don't meet these marks, you're not worthy of attention. He said it in such a nose up to the sky type of way, and that's what I didn't like about it. In 2023, it's weird that we've allowed men to define women's beauty so much so that even men who don't like women, or I guess aren't sexually attracted to women, still abide by those principles. I was reading somebody's comment about this, and they were talking about how you can be a gay man but still be misogynistic. And I never really thought about that until this situation. I obviously don't think it's every gay man, but there's things that no matter what your sexuality is, your gender does have a tendency for you to act on. I mean, the audacity of a man who's the size of an NFL defensive tackle that has a BBL that doesn't even look natural with these crazy looking kitten heels and the clothes that are way too tight, looking like a size 2T, the absolute audacity. I mean, come on. And honestly, even if he wasn't dressed like that or looking that way, I still feel like it would be wrong coming from a heterosexual man as well, because if that's what it takes for a woman to attract you, or if that's what it takes for a woman to be deemed as attractive, our heads are definitely down in the gutter. But I think in this case, the messenger made it even worse because because his personality and his caricature is that of a woman. I mean, we all like to talk about how gender doesn't necessarily mean that you have to conform to certain roles, but I do think naturally as humans we do, and we don't have to, but in this case, Saucy Santana is cosplaying a form of womanhood, and I said a form, not all of womanhood, but a form of it, because that's just what he likes. And I'm not mad at him for that, I could care less, but you then can't in return be that volatile and judgmental to a woman who naturally exists with what you've either paid for or tried to portray. I mean, he has an outfit that I would wear minus the kitten heels, because I'll be damned if I wear kitten heels with a two-piece hoodie set. Like, some of his fashion, I don't know. I think I've used a lot of my platform to talk about how not to get caught up in the social media aesthetic, and I know some of y'all are tired of this topic, but it hasn't died. Between him and that story about rapper Erica Banks, you can see there's a lot of people who only live for social media. They only want the aesthetic of the baddie friends or the baddie girlfriend / wife so that it fits the image that they're putting out to the world. Anyway, y'all, let's introduce today's sponsor. So hey y'all, today's video sponsor is Broom. Broom is a high fiber dietary supplement that uses the highest quality ingredients to support your gut and microbiome health. Now, Thanksgiving season is among us, and I know y'all are about to be eating good and still eating leftovers weeks later. We know who you are. So you may need a little help with flushing out your body and using a healthy alternative with other benefits. And by flushing, I mean for real, flushing the toilet to flush out what your body doesn't need. So Broom works by first activating good fiber, then catching unwanted material and creating gut movement, and then assisting with easy release thanks to the fiber's ability to reduce constipation. So basically, when it's time to do the do of number 2, you'll be in the bathroom with ease and also pleased. The process is easy. All you need to do is fill up a drinking glass of 12 to 14 ounces of water, add in 1 scoop of Broom. I got the mango, but it also comes in other natural flavors as well, and then drink and digest. Now, I am a stickler for the taste of drinks, especially when they are healthier than some of my guilty pleasures. And I must say, Broom tastes really good. It's sweet enough, but also not too sugary. You can tell it's natural, and when mixed well, the consistency is easy to swallow. So as I mentioned before, there are other health benefits such as reducing bloating, also helping with digestion and constipation from that overload of Thanksgiving food. And Broom may also help to manage blood glucose levels in the body, along with other dietary and physical activity interventions. Me personally, I felt lighter, and since I work out a lot and I'm always drinking protein shakes, I like that it helps with bowel movement. I love that I'm able to include it in my gym routine as something I drink before or after working out. It's sometimes my alternative to my protein shakes or my teas. So I'm sure y'all are still gonna be scarfing down those Thanksgiving leftovers, probably licking your fingers from the turkey juice, and you may need something to assist with the internal cleanse. So with that, join Broom for their biggest sale yet and get 6 months worth of Broom with up to 65% off. And if you added a boatload of gravy to your mashed potatoes, you can use my code Chioma and get an extra 10% off for your whole order. Click the link in the description box below and grab your discounted batch of Broom while stocks last. Thanks to Broom for sponsoring this video. So the second aspect of what upset me was the fact that the girl actually looks good. Her outfit actually looks better than what he had on, and you don't even need makeup or mink lashes to be a baddie. I mean, for the definition of what a baddie is for social media, I'm gonna be real, I do get it. Like the makeup, the lace front, the body type, the fashion. I get what it means to be an IG baddie, and maybe that's what he was basing it off of. And I don't necessarily hate this definition, because part of me even follows some of that aesthetic without even consciously thinking about it. But if we're on a platform where we're judging women for the sake of either dating them or just for entertainment, then the baddie aspect should not be upheld on the grounds of judgment. I remember sometime in college, like around my junior year, I bought lashes from this makeup artist on Instagram, and this was like a full book of lashes, maybe about 15 different pairs, and they were all long, big lashes. And this was my first time wearing lashes of that style, basically the IG baddie lashes. And I remember once I put them on, I never did my lashes differently. I just started wearing more natural looking lashes here and there this year, but I have big eyes and I love to accentuate them, so big eyes and me go together. But it was crazy because I wouldn't have gotten those lashes just out of normalcy. I got those lashes because they were trendy, it was what was in style, and it's what the baddies on Instagram were doing. So a lot of us do get influenced by this aesthetic and continue to, and it's definitely executed through public figures. Like, think about it. When you walk down the street, if you're in college, or when you go to class, or when you go to work, when you're at the airport, how often do you see a Be-Be-Ell IG baddie? Not that often, because they don't really exist anywhere outside of Instagram. Now, if you live in Atlanta or Miami, maybe you do see a lot of this. But overall, it's very seldom that you're seeing the majority of women fit this aesthetic on an everyday basis. So Saucy Santana, it's very unrealistic for you to expect that from the average everyday girl because it doesn't make sense for the lifestyle of the average everyday girl. His reaction was really weird, and I feel like she actually made him feel insecure. She was barefaced, no lashes. I guess she had on a wig, but because her body wasn't shaped a certain way, or she didn't have implants, or she didn't have veneers, that made him body shame her and judge her even though she's natural. It's just interesting to me because misogynoir really does come in different formats, and this was another time that I've seen it very publicly. I hate how society is trying to make natural beauty obsolete, and I hate how the industry has a lot of people so delusional. I really hate the fact that most of these people are young people, like under the age of 35, who are chopping up their bodies, poking themselves, and just altering their looks for the sake of a filter, an aesthetic, and worst of all, attention. It's like we're not even giving ourselves a chance to exist as it is. Overall, I feel like Saucy Santana was projecting, and I don't think he should represent what desirability is, because if you ask me, if we're talking about what men like in women, I feel like the average man doesn't really care for all the extra enhancements, but I'm not a man, so y'all can let me know down below. And then ladies, I feel like the average lady isn't even looking like an IG baddie 24/7 because we know it's unrealistic, we know it's expensive, and we know at the end of the day, this can all come and go. We've recently seen so many celebrities downsize the size of their butt because nobody wants to have such a huge derriere anymore, and it's slowly fading. I don't think big butts are gonna go out of style. I think what people are attracted to in women, or have been for decades, is an hourglass body shape. So whether it's on a thinner body or a thicker body, I think it's more or less about the shape versus the volume and density of the fat that's on that person's body. But hey, what do I know? The last thing I'm gonna say, and I hope people can understand where I'm coming from without trying to drag me, but I do think there are aspects of the LGBTQ+ community, and in this case, I'm gonna be specific and say gay men, that really do hurt women sometimes. And maybe not just gay men, but like the feminine gay men can sometimes be very condescending and honestly bully women. I am not trying to be offensive, but I've seen time and time again this happen. I said in a previous video that I don't believe that gay men should just be allowed to refer to random women as the B word just because you identify with that term, or just because it's a term of endearment amongst women. Well, kinda, sometimes. And just to expand, if you're my homeboy and you're gay, I don't think I'm gonna be that offended by it, but I've been in many situations where just because somebody felt like he was the girls and I was the girls, I'm getting called a whole bunch of B's and I don't even know you. I don't think that's right. And I feel like as a society, we've allowed this to kind of coast just because we can't talk about certain things without being dragged. And I feel like Saucy Santana can kind of slide with what he said because people expect it to come from his mouth because it is kind of normalized for someone like him to act that way or say those things. And I think that's where the clash comes in when we talk about this topic, because in the real world, there are different reactions for these actions. Saucy Santana surrounds himself with a whole bunch of Be-Be-Ell bandits, and I guess his definition of a baddie requires a whole lot of things that he himself doesn't even maintain. So I'm a bit confused as to why he dragged this girl, but I am glad that people did call him out on this. I hope he apologizes. I'm sure he won't. There's a lot of pressure on women, and it's not just within women. It does come from men as well, and women wanting to appeal to men, and it's really stressful. I've seen the mental toll it takes on a lot of women. I've seen the conversations, I've seen the rise of insecurity, and I think it was just a really harsh thing for him to say, even if it was a joke or entertainment. Do better. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, go stream my new song, Rich Auntie. It is out on all platforms and the video is out on my channel. Y'all go run it up, okay? Go listen to Rich Auntie. Let me know what you think. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
And you counterfeit, body looking nice and fit. It's $500,000 for bail, for real, cause I'm African. Stop flexing with your homegirl, purse that ain't your Louis V. Ain't fooling me, got 2 degrees, you new to me, so that mean ain't no schooling me. Clowning on, I'm tired of these bitches making foolery. I'm sunning y'all, it's like I give them puberty. I know I got a problem, man, I like him from the south. He always call me boo and ask me what I'm talking about. Catch me out in Lucky Beach, my legs sprawled out. These Nigerian men be Baha men, who let them dogs out? I said it's Chioma.